So we're getting into mid-March here. Typical weather here at the end of the day. Last week we put in the end braces and the center braces on that 275 glass tank construction that I've been working on for a bit here. And today we're gonna build the sump. I've got the sump here. It's a really large sump. It's 42 by 22 wide by 20 tall. I've pre-marked where the divider walls go, and I've marked the vertical walls in the internal part or the sump itself. Normally I'd have an extra person, but I have my little cheat tool right here. So we're gonna go ahead and put the sump together now. A little unorthodox with the suction cup, how I'm gonna do it right now, but it should come together really well. And because I'm still agile at a young age of 62, we're gonna put it over here. We're gonna line it up pretty good. And then we're gonna put our cheat clamp here and literally clamp it in place. So now it can't go anywhere. So we'll do the same thing over here. Let me think how I wanna do that. And this should go right there. And just double check that with a tape measure. So that's actually the bottom and 20 inches tall. So we're gonna put it the other direction. You always gotta check your measurements first before you put it together. So we've got to put silicone on these two edges here and then prime this edge too, going up the glass. So we're gonna take it and bring it into our black guide there and dive it into the corner a little bit. And then we're gonna put our clamp on there. And we're gonna let go of this piece here. Now, once I clamp it, it'll be on the 90 and into the corner. Pretty straight up and easy. That's my cheat tool. You see that? Cheat. And then we're gonna start with the other blocks. These two are where the water goes underneath for this particular unit here. A lot of times I'll wipe that silicone, so we'll do that first. Here in a second, we'll wipe the corners in since we're never going to see this again. So we're going to take this piece here and simply slide it in to its permanent location, reasonably steady. Check the other side first to make sure we're reasonably vertical, which we're not. Make a little adjustment on it here. Now this one's going to be a little different. The silicone itself is going to be what's going to hold it in place once I leave it for just a few minutes. And you'd be amazed at how the silicone already has received the glass, right? So we're gonna wipe it. It's pretty darn vertical, only from the silicone. So you give it a few minutes, it's gonna be attached all by itself really quickly. We're gonna go to the next spot, which is the baffle wall that partitions the water to go through the blue mesh and then into the pumps. I've just lined up my black lines there. That looks reasonably vertical. We're now gonna put in the other end wall. Again, I'm gonna measure it to make sure because they're close dimensions. This is probably the 20. Yep, that's the width. And again, this should be relatively easy. Put the clamp on, then I'll jump to the other side and get a look at it. Okay, that's reasonable. Now, just from a correction standpoint, you can see this one's pushed in a little bit. You can simply knock it over. Now we're flush into the black receiver over there. Now we're gonna double check all of this real quick before we put the big panel up. So we got it cleaned and primed. Again, I just put my hand on it, so we're gonna wanna clean it again. I want the oils from your hands on the glass where the silicone touches. When I pick it, I'll pick it off center, see if it's centered, and I'll pick it up and put it in place. So it looks pretty good. So now here goes the fun part. Simply lift it up and get ready to put it in place. Just like that. Now, the thing to do here is to get a clamp up. My friend Bob does this all the time by himself. I don't know why he does it by himself all the time, but he sure does. So again, the silicone has plenty of time to set. And I think we're a little long on that side. We're gonna double check that in a minute. There we go, we're nice and square now. Piece is on there. So there you go. It's a rather large glass sump for this aquarium sitting right here. It's gonna be a really nice big sump. That's how it's built. So remember to like, subscribe, and we'll see you next week.